It's a beautiful Wednesday here in the city of Akron, and we're going to pick up with The Obstacles the Way. We are on part 3, all the way on chapter 5 now. And chapter 5 is titled, Love Everything That Happens. So the chapter begins by talking about Thomas Edison and how there was a huge fire at his lab. And in his lab was his entire life's work. And while this fire was happening, he called over his wife and his children from a safe distance, of course, and told them to take a look at this fire because they'll probably never see anything like this again. It was that mesmerizing just to see visually. And a lot of people would consider that an odd reaction, considering a guy just lost his entire life's work. But he understood that there was nothing that he could have done at that point to change that. And then with that reaction, he ended up getting his lab up and running again in 2 months, which is sometimes the grieving process for other people that would be in that situation. And then in that year, so the fire cost them $1 million. In that fiscal year, they ended up generating $10 million in revenue. So you can just see all about the approach, the reaction that he took made or break his lab and his life's work. So the big point of this chapter is understanding that terrible things happen. And when these terrible things happen, most of the time they are outside of our control. So then it goes all into our reactions, right? Our reactions need to help improve the situation. And if they don't, then the reaction is uncalled for. It's unnecessary. It's negative. It doesn't help us. So unless that reaction is going to improve our situation, there's no need for it. And the sooner we can accept these things, the easier it is to act on them. And then as soon as we start acting on them, then we're able to persevere no matter what falls in our lap, no matter what hand we're dealt. And a lot of times, too, you hear this expression, smile through the pain. And I'm listening to an audiobook right now, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and that's how he got through Buds. That's how he got through Hell Week, was being able to smile through the pain. And he was able to see these obstacles and really perceive them appropriately as they were happening, and knew they were inevitable, like that they were going to happen. And when they did come up, he'd smile right through them. And a lot of times in Goggins' situation, it got people mad because they're like, you're not supposed to be enjoying this. That's not the reaction that you're supposed to have. But he did anyways, and he was able to prosper from it because of it. And then the other thing we need to remember is that we don't choose what happens to us, but we do control how we respond. Take Thomas Edison for the example. Like he couldn't control that there was a fire destroying his life's work, but he could control how he responded, how he was able to take the positive out of it and kind of restart and on all the things that he wanted to pursue more heavily, and in doing so had a lot of success. And because we always need to understand this, and I know we've harped on it a lot, is that there are opportunities in every obstacle that we overcome, that we come up to. Like, there is an opportunity for something greater in every single obstacle. And the thing about this chapter and going and kind of bringing it full circle is that we need to love everything that happens to us, because everything that happens to us can be used as fuel, right? It can be used as fuel to take on whatever lies ahead. So whenever we do come up to a situation, love it. It's meant to be. And now we can use it. That's chapter 5. We will get in chapter 6 tomorrow. All right, guys.